Why did I join sacred text in particular? I had been looking to study Arabic language for a very long time. And unlike most students here, I actually managed to start studying when I very late. I was 39. And once I was just told by a friend or that there's this new syllabus starting. And I was very skeptical, as I am. I attended the first lesson, and there was Maulana Sajjad. And I tell you, I was sold. Lesson one, I was sold. Um, it was exactly what I was looking for. It was structured. It was the material content, the delivery, how Maulana Sajjad taught, his personality. So yeah, that's why I joined, and that's why I stayed. So the whole of the first year, we were taught primarily by Maulana Sajjad, but how the course progressed from me not knowing anything but the Quran to then at the end of the year translating paragraphs such that at the end of the first year we managed to translate some of Ghazali and some complete Arabic books. Yeah, so that's how we started, and that was the end of first year. So yeah.
What made me join sacred texts? I guess I was looking for a modern syllabus that I could fit around my busy lifestyle. I spoke to some old students and older students, and that's something I was interested in. And yeah, that's why I joined.
I joined the sacred text syllabus. It was a bit of fate, really. I wanted to understand the Quran for myself. I used to listen to tafsir classes online in English, and I thought, I want to be able to do what these people are doing. I randomly attended a fiqh class, I think, that Sheikh Sajjad was doing near home, and then found out he teaches Arabic. And that was it. I enrolled. I didn't really do any inquiries. I just turned up. Alhamdulillah, never looked back.
Studied a few different courses in local mosques, and they were just very short-term courses, and I was on the lookout for something a bit more long-term, and there was a real thirst to learn more about not just Arabic but the religion as well. And I actually spoke to a couple of my friends who were already enrolled at Sacred Text, and they suggested that I come to drop into the PTS session. So when I came to the PTS session, and then I found out about the Arabic course, and when I asked them about the Arabic course, they would always be saying the same thing, like, it's really hard, but they would be saying it with so much joy, like you couldn't really understand. Like they were saying it, like homework's hard, this is long, but they were so happy about it, and you just couldn't understand why. But initially, then when I joined, you understand that it's one of those things you can't explain. You really do enjoy it, and it's one of the best choices I've made.
To be honest, initially I really wanted to learn the traditional sciences, and it was one thing that I've always wanted to study. So I knew that Arabic was the stepping stone that I needed to have under my belt to be able to do that. And there were a few courses available for me, but the reason why sacred text stood out for me is because if you look on the website, there's a pathway that's clear for them, and that pathway really attracted me towards it. And the course structure and the syllabus that was available to have a look at, that was what kind of pushed me to take on the Arabic accelerated program. And since then, I haven't looked back.
Why I joined sacred text? I think my desire to study and to pursue Arabic as something to study it came from a frustration, I guess, from reading the Quran daily, praying Salah, and not being able to go any further than that, and not being able to understand the words in the Quran and what they mean. So there was a frustration there, and a real desire to try and break that frustration and start to really get into the meaning of the Quran. So speaking to friends, family, people who have studied, I think the main thing they said was to find teachers who care for your development. Arabic is not something that you master in 1 year, in 2 years, in 3 years. It's a lifelong journey, and not only do you need your to be committed yourself, you also need a teacher who's also going to be committed likewise. And you know, alhamdulillah, in that regard, you know, with Maulana Sajjad, with Maulana Shams, you know, they've been you know, with us in that journey, you know, for me personally now for about 8 to 9 years, and inshallah, you know, that's going to continue. So I can speak as someone who's you know, done this for 8 to 9 years, and I can testify and say that the teachers have been with us throughout, through thick and thin, through ups and downs. I mean, when I started, you know, I was unmarried, I didn't have kids, and you know, I was you know, quite young as well, if I say so myself. But you know, 9 years down the line, alhamdulillah, you know, married, kids, but still have the same passion for learning, and there's still so much to learn as well. So the teachers are there with you from day one till whenever you decide, wherever you want to go, the teachers are there with you. And the course has developed leaps and bounds from what it was when I started 8 years ago. And I know students who are in my class will say the same thing, that although the quality of the teaching hasn't changed, the way that it's delivered, the finesse of the course, the accessibility of the course, everything has changed. And as someone who has you know, started from the beginning of Sacred Text, to someone who now alhamdulillah teaches as well at the Sacred Text, I can certainly say that every year that the course is developed, and it's something that not only do students benefit, but also us as well as teachers. We learn so much more and we gain so much more meaning and depth in the Arabic language. So yeah, those were my reasons for joining Sacred Text and staying with Sacred Text as well, you know, even in advanced studies, and inshallah for years to come.